start of a moving vlog. I thought that I would share a little bit of the progress that is to be made over the next 2 months. Starts with these. My dad has kept, I'd say, the majority of the boxes from our move, oh gosh, over a decade ago. He sent them to me. He brought me some packing tape. He had packing tape like the, not the gun, but like the handle, but both of us are scarred from them and just remember them not working nearly as well. So we're just like, we'll do some scissors. So I didn't really decorate for Christmas this year for a couple reasons. Part of me wanted to, and part of me was like, no, there's no point. Because we're just packing up our lives. So it's like, I just felt like I was already gonna be packing up so much stuff that I was like, why would I want to unpack 3+ storage totes, like big bins of Christmas stuff, to have to then pack all of that on top of everything else. So I was like, you know what, I hate to say it, but it just wasn't worth it. So even my Christmas tree never got decorated. And I enjoyed it just as the lights, don't get me wrong, but couldn't even be bothered to decorate that. So part of me is a little bit bummed about that, because like, it's our last Christmas in this house. We've been here, this is our, I think, our 5th Christmas here, and I just shoved it to the side. I'm just so excited to have our own house that I have detached myself from this house so fast. So fast. I never really experienced that, because like I've always, up until moving into here, I've always been with my dad or with my mom, and like it was just the next house, and I moved a lot as a kid, so I never really, I've never lived in a house that long. That's what it is. I think the longest I've lived in one house was my dad's townhouse, his unit basically, because I was there for university before I moved into here. So that would have been, I think, exactly 9 years. So that's the longest I've ever lived in a house. So I just detached quickly, I suppose, because it's like on to, you know, bigger, better things. We've been, this is, like I said, our 5th Christmas here. So when we move, it will literally mark exactly 4.5 years. So anyways, I'm like raring to go. So I just went downstairs with Scott and said, okay, like what's the plan for where we're gonna put the things that we're done? The basement for me is the bane of my existence. It is the one space in my house that I feel like I am forever and a day trying to tackle. It never feels clean. It never feels like I've purged enough, and I am trying to be ruthless this time around. And like, I have purged things over the years, but like no one else would really know. I would know, but no one else would really know. So I'm really trying to work on that, but I need like a visual of like, when I'm done with something, where am I gonna put it? So Scott and I kind of looked over that. Hello everyone. I can't remember the last time I vlogged any of the moving footage, and it's crunch time. Yesterday marked 2 weeks until move-in day. We gotta get going. So yesterday, which was Saturday, Scott and I moved some things around. So I'm gonna show you the actual state of our living and dining room. There's a lot of crap. And like, it's stuff that's staying. It's just like stuff that may or may not be packed properly, but we moved some furniture around so we could stack boxes out of the way as we did them and finish them. But it's just looking like a hot mess. But that's what moving is. Moving is not neat and simple, and I keep reminding myself that no matter how many times you move, it's still an ordeal, still crappy. Like, you can be good at it, you can, you know, be a more minimalist, but you still got junk you gotta put away. My task right now, and you'll see in a minute, is I brought some bins up, courtesy of Scott, from the basement, the land of the abyss, to my office, so I could have a clean space to sort out and really kind of decide what's staying, what's going, and then also just like how best to pack things. I've got a lot of school stuff that I've that's, you know, lived at work for almost 5 years, so now having to find a home for it. School stuff is not stuff that necessarily fits in a box or can be easily, I don't know, contained. Just a lot of stuff, that's all I gotta say. So I still have some things that I don't know how best to sort. Cause like, I've got bins and buckets and stuff, but obviously that's not ideal. It's not ideal to box bins. So it's kind of like figuring out what's where. So I'm gonna show you the absolute tip that is our living dining room area, and then we can reconvene in my office. But if you'd watched my house tour recently of this unit, which I put up. You will have seen what this space looked like. So if you haven't, go check that up here. I will link it, but let's get into it. All right, so this is the state of my living dining room. Trying to find like a spot where you can see it all. So we've moved the mini fridge, replugged it in so we don't lose out what's in the freezer and the fridge there. I don't know, kitchen tools, big kitchen stuff we've put away. The Keurig is not packed yet, but the box is up here because I'm gonna need Keurig until we move. But just lots of boxes back there. Moved that unit. Whole bunch of random stuff on the table that needs to be packed or purged. Mostly packed if we're being honest. I got school stuff down here, new towels for the house. And then this cloth bag, and there's a little bin over here. There we go. That stuff's all filled with things going to Bestie or being returned to Bestie, and then our, like, this. That is a bag of Scott's clothes that he was storing away for now, put it that way. And so I used that to help pack up all of our glassware, which worked out really well. Everyone was like, oh, use clothes. Like, I still wrapped the glasses in paper, but I layered some of his like button-up shirts in between, which made it really nice. We've taken down the gallery wall, all of the like art, obviously not that piece, but like I'll show you guys our staircase. It looks so barren now. Yeah, so our stairwell looks really weird now because obviously the darker frames made it look a little like tighter and snugger, which I had no issue with, but like it definitely is a strong contrast to having all that stuff taken down. So that's been boxed. My office I've started on, but there's not that there's not much I can't pack, but it's just like trying to get my head around how to pack it. It's kind of the conundrum and the underlying issue I'm having right now with kind of approaching packing. I'm gonna get my cup of tea and bring it up to the office. Here's a very empty jewelry holder. Same with down here. I've cleared off that space, and that feels nice because it's some visual clutter that's no longer in my line of vision. And then I've packed up the books from this unit. Just wish everything would just pack itself. But this is a good opportunity to purge things, and that's I think what I've struggled with so far, is that I know this is the opportune time to purge things. You should purge, you know, as you're packing instead of having to purge post-move. But for some things, it's gonna be a post-move situation. Looking at it, it's just, genuinely, it's just too daunting. And I just can't find the time to do it because I know that time is better spent packing things. I'm gonna tackle those. Happy closing day, everyone. I haven't picked up the camera in the last couple days. Tuesday, I went to go visit my best friend and her daughter, came home, and we literally, it was go to the bank, go to our lawyer's bank, look over our lawyer documents, meet with our lawyer. So it was like a whirlwind, and then Scott's dad came to stay, so we went out for dinner because there's no space to eat. There's no food in our house. And then yesterday, Scott and I were really tired. And like not from like being unwell or anything, but just like knackered. So we had a really hard time doing anything yesterday. We got the last few things off of the walls in the basement, but that was pretty much all we could muster. And then by the time his dad joined us, we ordered Chinese food because, again, no food. But today is closing day. It is mad dash, do all the things, pack all of the things, do all the things, throw out all the things today. So we started off in the basement. We took a break from that because it's cold down there and there's just a lot. So we took a break, which meant just tackling other rooms. So I started off in the bedroom putting all of our clean laundry away so that we could just grab the bins they're in and go. And so I'm now going to charge my battery so that when we go to the house later, I'm gonna try and do the house tour today. Checking in, it is 2:30 and Scott and I are on the road to the house. We actually closed almost an hour ago, which was like a shock to us. We genuinely weren't expecting to close till like this evening. So I will say, not having to drive in rush hour traffic to get to the house is a bonus. We are thrilled, but we are driving up. Unfortunately, it's been a winter storm and it is semi-freezing rain at the moment, but we own a house. We are going to our house and I am so excited. So as we are driving up, my mother-in-law and one of my sister-in-laws have been so kind as to go to our house and help us pack our kitchen up. So they are going to work on the kitchen for us, which is really, really helpful. Obviously we intended to be there and do it with them, but they're like, no, go to the house. So yeah, I just thought I would officially check in and let you guys know. All right, they got all the things. Every cupboard is empty. Top, bottom, drawers. Apparently we have a lot of spices. I guess Scott's sister said there's like 2 boxes of spices. So we still have the fridge left, obviously, because we haven't left, but they got basically everything else. I found a couple things in drawers that just like wouldn't have been seen if you were just scooping stuff out, so saved those. We didn't make any progress in the basement today, obviously, but I've just finished my office, so I will show you guys that. So many things. Filming things, Cricut things, all the things. I still have to do my printer tomorrow. I did not have the willpower to do that. And I had to empty all of my makeup into these 2 bins out of my Alex drawers. And then that is gonna be like my technology bag that's coming up to the house with me. And then that shelf is gonna come down, potentially with me. It might fit in my new closet. Alex's unit is now completely empty. And then these are staying as they are. Nail polish ones I'll give a wrap up. I'm gonna surround all of them really. And then what's left of jewelry and such. That's all I can say. Put away some clean laundry so that all the clothes are in their bins. I still have a hamper and a half, actually probably 2 hampers now, because I did some laundry today. So basically almost every piece of clothing in this entire household will be clean before moving, which will be great. But it is 9:30 now. I'm getting a headache. I'm tired. I'm gonna drink some water, maybe watch a YouTube video, and then go to bed. I also did the linen closet. I took a second box from the linen closet, and I think I've got one more box left for the linen closet to be completely done. And it's like bigger boxy items and then like the odd container or something, but I feel better now. I feel better. It's the big day. Oh my goodness, it is 7:27. We have one of our friends coming over in just a few minutes. Sorry, I've got like stragglies everywhere. It's been a morning already. And this is the Hot Mess Express. And we are very excited that it's almost over and done with. Are we done packing? No. But it's okay, because what's really left, like the room that hasn't really been done, is our bedroom. And it's because we have a lot of clothes. But we've got some bins and bags. We've got some contractor bags, so we're literally just gonna chuck it in. We got a couple more mirrors that still need to be wrapped because they just weren't the priority yesterday when we came home. Didn't get home till later yesterday. Purged things in the basement again. Just bagged things in the basement. Took the treadmill apart, or at least enough that the guys can get it up. I'm already knackered. So tired. The upside is we're not unpacking everything today. I don't need people to help me unpack. We just need to get it to the house. So Scotty has now run to Tim's, and my job right now is literally just grabbing all of the loose things that like I care about, like my humidifiers and like all that kind of stuff, and throwing them into a couple of bags. When Scott comes back, I'm gonna have him park in front with my car so I can chuck the things that I'm trying to put in and protect in there, and then move back to a spot. And I'm currently looking at a giant U-Haul with its ramp down. So let's hope this goes well. All right, it is almost 1 o'clock, and unfortunately, we just have far too many things. So we are going to have to do a second trip, but we still haven't unloaded. Obviously, we're still at the townhouse, so we are all driving up now. We've had a couple different batches of people head north while we finished wrapping up. So Scott and I are gonna end up getting another truck, a smaller one, for the rest of this stuff, because that truck is full. So we are gonna start our journey north. Pardon the terrible lighting, but day 2 of moving complete. The house is empty. It's weird. It's very weird. We were here for 4.5 years, but I've been in this complex for nearly 15. So it's kind of like a momentous occasion. So I have gone through and done how many looks to make sure we haven't left anything, but at this point it is what it is. And we're hoping to get like a molly made in, because I could only clean so much. My back is broken. Gonna go talk to my super for the last time, hand him our keys, and drive to my home. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See ya.